Every year, Abrams Books for Young Readers receives hundreds of manuscripts from writers around the country. They're read by junior editors and senior editors. But of course, all the manuscripts that are submitted to Abrams cannot be published as books. The editors choose books they think children like us will want to read. Books like The Sisters Grimm by Michael Buckley. This series is my favorite. The two sisters, Sabrina and Daphne Grimm, and their grandma, Granny Relda, are the unlucky descendants of the famous Brothers Grimm. They live in a place called Fairyport Landing, where ordinary people and fairy tale characters live side by side. Today we're going to talk to Mr. Buckley about the Sisters Grimm and find out what he has in store for these two fairy tale detectives. What first made you want to write the Sisters Grimm?
Well, there's two reasons, actually. The first one was I was reading a book called The Annotated Brothers Grimm, which is a collection of all their fairy tale stories that has a lot of historical information as well, and I discovered that the Brothers Grimm had had a sister, and I didn't know that. So I couldn't stop thinking about what her life was like, and I wanted to know more about her, and the more I thought about her, the more interesting she got. And then the second reason was I was looking at a lot of the books that are out there for girls, and I noticed that when books are out there about boys, the boys go to wizarding school and they ride dragons, and girl books, well, the girls take care of a pony or watch a rabbit all summer. And I just thought, I don't know any girls who would take a pony over a dragon. So I wanted to write a story for girls that they got to save the day and they got the big adventure that boys always seem to get to have.
Cool. What or who gave you the idea for the main characters?
Sabrina and Daphne are inspired by old friends, and even Elvis the dog is inspired by a dog that lived next door to me when I was a kid. So a lot of the characters come from my life and my friends, and even the bad guys are based on bullies that I knew when I was in elementary school.
I understand this is your first series. Did you plan the end, or do you write the series book by book?
Well, in the case of the Sisters Grimm, I've always known how it would end, and I've always known who the main bad guy was. But I've always given myself the freedom to explore different stories as they come to me. So the stories were plotted out originally, but I've kind of diverted from many of what I originally thought would happen. I think it's more fun like that. For me, it's more important that Sabrina doesn't get to the end of the series, but rather is in the moment of the journey. Like, she's got a lot to learn. She's got a lot of problems. She's not a perfect person, and the journey to the end of the series is really about making Sabrina a better person.
Can you give your fans a hint on what you have planned for Sabrina and Daphne?
Pretty soon, fans are going to find out the identity of the main bad guy, who we know as the Master. And I also think that the girls' parents, Henry and Veronica, are probably going to wake up eventually. But I think these two major events are going to spin the series into a new direction, which will lead to the inevitable finale of the series. But we're also going to work on a movie, too, so I think fans of the series might be excited about that as well.
That's it for today. See you next time. Could you sign this for me, please?
Sure.
Thank you.
You're welcome.